In this video, I'm going to talk about the status of the economy in 2024, plus how I'm able to find great opportunities like a 2024 Specialized Global Haul ST e-bike that I just paid $600 from, and they're selling it for $3,600 at the store. So again, guys, I bought this bike just 2 days ago from a motivated seller in my backyard for just $600 when the bike is selling for $3,600 plus tax. Plus, this seller had a bunch of accessories added onto it. How did I get this deal? I'm going to talk to you about it in a little bit later so you can do that in your backyard. But I want to just talk about, before I dive in, I want to let you know this bike only had 100 miles. So it had 100 miles. The seller gave me all the accessories, the tools, a bunch of extra stuff he had bought on for just $600. Okay. And I just put this bike up for sale for $2,500. So I'm going to flip it for $2,500, or I may just keep it because it's a very, very, very nice bike. Okay. Now, this kind of shows us the status of our economy today, because as I stated in my previous 5-6 videos, this is a time, not financial advice, but this is a time to buy stuff at a deep discount. I don't care if you're talking about bicycles, if you're talking about electrical bikes, if you're talking about cars, RVs, ATVs, vacation homes, anything that the majority of Americans have, this is their secondary item, okay? Not their primary, secondary item. Now they're willing to liquidate for pennies on the dollar because many of them are having financial problems because of the endless wars, endless money printing, 0% interest rate, etc. Okay, now the chickens have came home to roost, and here's the side effects for the average American. But on the flip side, it's an opportunity for some of us hustlers like myself. Okay, so if you're a hustler, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how you can do this in your backyard. So the status of the economy is that a lot of people are hurting. They're losing their jobs. They're putting stuff on their credit cards. Just to survive. We in some things we have hyperinflation, in other things we just have inflation. But Big Brother is marching us down to a pain and suffering situation, which makes a lot of people locally be highly motivated. They can be motivated because they can be financially motivated, or they can be motivated because they have an emotional motivation. For example, the person that sold me this bike, not only did he have a financial motivation, which he needed to sell this bike, but also he had an emotional motivation. He was just a $120, was just a skinny young guy, and he lived on the 3rd floor of an apartment, and this bike is like 75 pounds, 85 pounds, so he couldn't haul it up and down in the 3rd floors, and that's one of the reasons he wanted to sell it. The other reason he wanted to sell it is because when he bought this bike during COVID, I'm assuming he got free money from Uncle Sam, and he bought it. Now he needs some money, and he needs to liquidate that free money. So just he gave me the receipt. I looked at the receipt. He had bought it just like 7 months ago, and he had paid $3,600 for it, which I only give him $600. The bike is in immaculate condition, guys. So he was highly motivated. He was not only emotionally motivated, and he was financially motivated. I went up there and I picked this bike up, and I rode it back home like 55 miles. I had a great time with it, okay? I love to ride. Now, where did I find this deal? I found this deal right on OfferUp, okay? The guy had it listed for 2 months. He couldn't buy it. Not that many people are willing to buy these bikes. He had it listed for close to $2,000, $1,900 and some change. So he had it listed close to $2,000, and I negotiated for $850 to buy the bike. When I went up there, I then negotiated another $250 off of it, which came down to $600. So I beat him up pretty good before I even went to buy the bike. When I got there, I beat him up with just a little bit more to make the deal an extra home run. I bought this deal 84% off MSRP. Again, 84% off MSRP. So basically, I paid roughly about 16% for the actual bike, which is that $600, okay? So I found the guy on OfferUp. He was trying to sell the bike for 2 months. And the way this works is that I give him an offer, and he said no. And then I continue to follow up with them. A lot of you guys don't know, as a real estate investor, one of the most important things to getting deals is follow-up, just like in sales. And the first 10 times I messaged him, he told me, he basically ghosted me. He didn't message me back. The 11th time I messaged him, I said, hey, I'll give you I give you 500 cash and I'll pick it up at noon. He replied back and said, you can pick it up for $850. I said, at noon. I said, okay, that sounds good, because he was asking almost $2,000 for it. And when I got there, I beat him up a little bit more and paid only $600. So why was he motivated? We talked about that. Where did I find a deal? OfferUp. We talked about that as well. Now, why are there so many motivated people out there? Well, the question is you shouldn't ask yourself, why are they motivated? The question is, let's find these individuals and then they'll tell you why they're motivated. So I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out, why would someone sell me a $4,000 bike for $600? No, I spend my time and energy trying to find these individuals, and then they'll tell me why they need to sell it for $600. Okay, so I don't try to spend all my time thinking, why would someone do this? I spend my time giving offers. And the way I did this is I have a copy and paste offer letter that I give these sellers. I've never had a job. I've been an entrepreneur 25 years. I've owned a real estate brokerage firm. I've owned rental properties as a real estate investor. I owned a moving company. So I have a lot of experience in entrepreneur. So I took my 25 years of negotiations, sales, etc., and I created a copy and paste system, bicycle flipping. And I give the seller my offer and he said no. Then I give him my secondary offer, which is another copy and paste. And then he said no. And then I give him my third copy and paste offer about 10 times. And on the 11th time, through the follow-up, he said, yes, come pick it up, okay? So this is why I created the New Flip, which is the name of the book that I wrote that teaches you how to flip bicycles. But more importantly, it teaches you all the skills you need to become a successful real estate investor, that finds deals at a deep, deep, deep discount, or where you can buy with seller financing, owner financing, aka subject to investing, okay? So I wrote the New Flip for my real estate investing students so they can learn all the skills of finding deals, negotiating, haggling, staging, finding buyers, to teach them everything they need to know why they make money today. So once they learn how to flip 10 bikes, then they can get into the game of the next level game, the real estate investing game, and they've already learned how to find deals for free. They've learned how to negotiate deals. They learn now, sure, they're negotiating bicycles versus houses, but the negotiation is still the same. Building rapport with the seller is still the same. Learning how to become the seller's friend is still the same. Learning how to buy at a deep discount is still the same. Learning how to find these sellers is still the same. Learning how to follow up is still the same. So the story goes on and on. So basically, the New Flip is a parallel universe that teaches you the importance of all the skills you need for real estate investing while making you money right now with bicycle flipping. One great example is where I bought this bike for $600 and I'm going to flip it for $2,500, or I might just keep it because this bike costs almost $4,000 and I just got it for $600 and it only had 100 miles on it, guys. 100 miles. That's nothing, dude. Imagine buying a brand new car with just 100 miles on it and you're getting it at 84% off. Okay. This year is 2024. This bike is 2024. So not only did I get the latest bike, it had only 100 miles on it, it had $500-$600 worth of accessories on it. I got it all for free for just, $600, guys, okay? I may ride the bike myself. Now, if you're interested in learning how to do the New Flip in your own area, if you're interested in learning about real estate investing where you buy houses at a deep discount for cash, or better yet, with no money, no credit through owner financing, then go to thenewflip.com and download my course or my book. Great news is when you get my book, I'll answer every and all your questions about what deals to buy, what deals not to buy in the bicycle flipping, because I want you to win. So when you get my book, you get free coaching in our Facebook group. I'll answer every and all your questions. I'll look at your deals to make sure you hit a home run, because the next step is I want you to stack your cheese up so you can get to the next level, real estate investing. And the best way to become successful as a real estate investor is start flipping bicycles, because if you can buy brand new deals, hot deals below fair market value, like 80% off, then you're going to be a very successful real estate investor because the skills you learn are inchangeable. Now I have students that done the new flip and they own car dealerships. I have students that done the new flip and they own different businesses, constructions, realtors, etc. Because the importance of all the skills that is taught in the new flip is priceless, okay? Because the feedback loop is so quick. If you're interested in getting the new flip, learning to make money today while you learn real estate investing, go to www.thenewflip.com. I have students from America to Great Britain, all over the world, and all you need to start up with is just $100 to buy your first bike. Now, normally we are flipping these bikes for 300 to 700% ROI. So, like for example, I bought this bike for 600 and I'm going to sell it for 2,500. So that's an ROI of over 350%, okay? So the minimum return that I do is 3.5, which is 350% ROI. So that means I buy a bike for 100 and I sell it and make a profit of at least 350%, okay? Or, I buy a bike for 100 and I flip it for $700. So I make an ROI of 600%. So that's the returns that I'm getting. That's the returns that my students getting. Sure, can you lose your money? Absolutely. Any kind of business adventure is risky, but think about it. What are you losing? Just your $50, just your $100, okay? But think about that. I've never had a student lose money. I'm sure that you can lose money, but if you lose your money, it's better than the $100 versus a lot of people say, get in real estate, put it on your credit card or start a business, borrow money from a bank. Well, imagine what happens when you lose in another business where you're getting in the debt, $200,000, $300,000. With the new flip, you learn all the skills as an entrepreneur for just $100 up risk. No credit card needed, no skills needed. In the new flip book, I tell you exactly what to say, how to inspect the properties, what bikes to buy, what sizes to buy, what not to buy. Plus, you get the free coaching. So I see you at thenewflip.com, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and helping you do your first deal. Peace.